Hi everyone. So today I'm switching out my little preemie cuddle baby. Her body I'm changing out, and here is her little head. So she is the Arisha sculpt by Nadine Dolotova. So cute. She's in that super soft marshmallow silicone. And I do have her box opening and details video already on my channel, and what I'm gonna do is just swap out her body with a Reggie Ann Cuddle Body. So here's the body that she came to me on, and it is a super cute body, but I just wanted something without the plastic inside, and you can see the plastic joints, so that allows the arms and legs to rotate like this, and without those they wouldn't be able to do that. But I think I'm gonna reuse this body on something else. Maybe I'll create a head for this body because I make cloth dolls, so I'll probably do that. And what I already have done is I took out the material that was already inside this body, because I'm just going to recycle it and reuse it in the next cloth body. So I already removed the polyfill, and this is a super soft polyfill that was already inside of her. And I wanted to make sure that I was using like a nice high quality polyfill just so it wouldn't get lumpy over time. And then I also removed the little pouch of glass beads, which I like that it was already in a pouch. And that's just so you can kind of control where the glass beads go inside of your body. Not your body, but the doll that you're fixing. And I'll just show you here on the little scale. Alright, so for this preemie baby, it is 4.2 ounces, which is about a nice weight for this little baby. So she's about 11 inches long, so she's tiny. I'm going to move my scale here. And the body that I took her off of was a baby Bella body, and that's from West Australia. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with the body. I just wanted her to be on something a little bit more floppy. So what I did is I got from Etsy the Reggie Ann Cuddle Body and the Pose and Cuddle Body. Okay. And you can get it on the Etsy store, and I just wanted to kind of show you a little walkthrough of how I'm switching that out. So here is her new little body. You can already see like the difference in the shape. It is thinner. There are no plastics inside. The limbs are longer. And it does come with the zip tie already in there. And you can order these bodies already pre-stuffed and put together, and then all you do is just put on your head. But I'm very comfortable. Like I said, I make cloth dolls. I have my own line of babies too, so I'm totally comfortable with the easy stitching that is just required for this body. So it comes with the instructions, so if you can thread a needle and follow instructions, I'm pretty sure that you would be perfectly fine and capable of making the baby yourself. And it does have, the instructions here, so you can follow those. Let's go ahead and set this aside. And it also comes with string that matches the color of the body. That's nice and convenient, so I won't have to use any of my own. And I am going to have to put weight in the hands and the feet of this baby, so I'm able to, get that floppiness that I want to achieve. And what I'm going to have to do, I have, you know, another pair of my pantyhose material. As you can see here, it's nice and thin, and then I'll fill, I'm actually going to cut this and sew it up and then have like, so it's going to be like half this size, so it's going to be, you know, about that size. And I'll fill the little pocket and tie it off for both the feet and the hands, because I'm using 70 to 100 grit glass beads. And I'll show you here just so you can see how tiny they are. Very, very fine glass beads. So it's finer than sand that I'm using, just so I make sure that that movement is super, super soft. So I don't want any of the little beads falling through any seams just in case they escape. So that's why I'm also going to be using the pantyhose or the stockings for that glass bead containment. Now, if your beads are a little bit larger in size, you can probably just pour directly into the foot. And on the backs of the body, there's a little opening, not on the body, but on each of the limbs, there's an opening in each leg and in each arm that you'll have to sew shut. But that gives you access to put in the glass beads and to fill the arms with the polyfill. Now, before I get started, my little baby head here, there are a few places where I see her head coming off of the little silicone base. And what this does is, the reason it has this extra base on there is because I need to be able to zip tie around the neck to hold her head into the body. And because her neck is very thin, you know, I don't want to have that zip tie clear up to her chin where it doesn't look like she doesn't have a neck. So it'll be, the zip tie will go right around this bottom area, and that's why this base is here. But I notice in just a few areas where it's pulling away from that silicone base, so I want to go ahead and fix that first before I put her on her new body. And what I'm going to be using is just the Silpoxy silicone adhesive, and I'm just using just a little bit. I'm going to move my suture needle out of the way. And what I do is I always use a toothpick to go ahead and spread that inside, and a little goes a long way with this Silpoxy. And in between uses, I always put the cap back on because it has a dry time of about 5 minutes, if so, and then it's about 15 minutes when you can move it around and that kind of stuff. Cure time is about, well, I say 15 minutes. On here it says cure time is 12 minutes, but I usually, like I said, I usually wait 15. Alright, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to add some to the toothpick, and then I'm going to like spread it around underneath where I see that coming out. I'll go ahead and zoom in here so we can get that. All right. So as you see, it's clear. Oh, it's focused. Clear whenever it comes out. So I'm just going to grab off the top there. Kind of just butter it in there. And this part isn't going to be seen, so I don't have to worry about it being seen. Go ahead and get another scoop. Like I said, I always recap. can already see it kind of starting to adhere. And I'll probably go just around the outside edge, so I won't have to do this again. I'm going to do the two main sections that I noticed first. I'm trying to be very careful not to get it anywhere else on the silicone that I don't want it to be. And the Silpoxy, it works really good for, you know, things like this, but you want to make sure that for mending your silicone, you know, that you return it to the artist. So you're using the same, so you're getting that same silicone that the doll was made out of, instead of something like this, just so it matches, because Silpoxy dries shiny. It also dries not hard, but it will dry harder than the silicone used for your baby. You also want to be very careful not to get it on your hands. I'm trying to make sure that I'm in the video, but I'm also looking at the baby at the same time. I just want to make sure that I'm sealing the whole way around her neck one more time. Now the artist already did this too, but since I don't want to take her head off again, I'm just double checking that this is all done and she's ready for her permanent body. And that way, while I'm preparing the body to be done, that her head will be ready. And just around the back, and then she'll be ready. Okay. Just making sure I don't have anywhere on my hands while I'm touching her. So I want to make sure that I don't get anything on her silicone either. Maybe one more towards the back. Alright, then I'll go ahead and get rid of my toothpick, throw that away, I'll never reuse that, and zoom back out here. Just make sure that that cap is on nice and tight. And just go ahead and pressing down just a little bit to make sure that in all of those areas. Ready. Now go ahead and I'm going to stick her aside up here so she has a chance to cure while I do that. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to film, but I'm just going to prepare my pantyhose by cutting it in half and then re-stitching up the side. I'm actually going to do 2 stitches first and then cut in between the stitches, and I'll show you how that looks in just a second.